Alright guys, let me break down this knife flow drill video for you a little bit. So this is actually a flow drill I put together here recently. It's got a combination of a few different techniques in here, some of it coming from the Filipino Kali, some of it coming a little bit more from the Jiu-Jitsu, and this is a combination of a few different techniques that I've been teaching for a while, and I just recently sort of combined them into this drill. I think it fits together really well, so let me break this down for you. She's coming in with the angle 1. I'm going to block both hands on the inside of the arm, and immediately try to control the arm as tight to my body as I can with no space. This glued to my hip, hugging the shoulder, head low so she can't punch me in the side of the head here. The first technique is I want to do a little back leg sweep. Let's adjust this way some. I want to do a little back leg sweep here. So I'm going to adjust my body around to the side, and I take the sweep. Boom. Taking it down, knee on belly here. From here, I could just get up and run away. I can control the arm and try to get an elbow lock here. I could pin this to the ground, put my shin down on top. I don't want to hurt her arm there, so I'm not going to go full body weight there. But the first technique is the sweep. Okay? I'm trying to get them down to the ground. If that technique fails, let's say I go here, when I go for the sweep, she steps her leg back, and I'm unable to complete the sweep. I go to position 2, grab the wrist with the other hand, transfer the shoulder control to the left, and I use my chest to put pressure on the back of the elbow and get her posture broken forward. The technique I'm looking for is the disarm here. I reach here for the two-handed standing straight arm lock, and I roll the knife out sideways from her hand for the disarm. That one more time. She throws the angle 1. I hug. I go for the sweep, but she steps back. I go to position 2. Hug it nice and tight. Bring her down. And from here, I go for the disarm. If during this transition, I've got her posture broken, as I'm reaching over, she manages to stand up and overpower me, I come up and I grab my wrist here for the figure 4, and I turn and finish the takedown. All the way down here. Again, knee on the belly. I've got a little wrist lock right here to help disarm the knife. Okay? Or again, I can just take her down. If I do it fast enough, I can damage the shoulder and then just move on with my day there. From the top again. Frame. Grab. I go for the sweep. She steps back. I go to position 2. I bend her forward. As I reach, she counters by standing to resist. I go for the figure 4, but she resists that. From here, in my empty-handed block flow, this is where I would come up here and go gable grip shoulder lock. But she can still stab me here if the knife is involved. So I can't do that. That's not an option here. From the figure 4, I come out, I grab her elbow, and I bring the blade into her own body here. We call that return to sender. Don't just use the arm. Connect your elbow to your hip and drive with your hip here, this way. And then again, if she resists this, I can't get this in, you could throw a knee first, here, and then drive it in. Or to complete the flow drill, you can go back to position 1, and then try to finish the sweep from before. So the flow drill is just a way to be able to transition smoothly from one technique to the next, assuming that every time you attempt one, your opponent will try to resist. The idea is that you're not going to probably go through the entire flow drill from start to finish in any one encounter. More likely you might do transition 1 to 2 or 4 to 5. Probably unlikely you'll go through the whole thing, but it's just a template for us to put all the techniques together and get lots of repetitions with the flow drill. So let me show the flow drill one more time in its entirety here. She throws the 1, block, hug. I go for the sweep. If I get it, great, but she steps out of the way, I miss it. I go to position 2. I get her posture broken. I'm going for the disarm, but I lose position. She stands up, I turn, I go for the takedown. She resists that. One note here, I don't have to go for the stab. I could go from the figure 4 back to the disarming position, or I could go from the figure 4 back to position 1 for the sweep. Why would I want to skip the stab? Maybe I just don't want to kill this person. Maybe I'm working in a field that requires me to control them but not hurt them. Police officer working in a mental health facility, something like that, where I can't just stab the person I'm trying to control. I need to keep myself safe, but I also need to try to keep them as safe as possible. So that might be one scenario. Okay, whole thing nice and smooth one time. Okay, so that's one completion of the drill. Of course, it would be a good idea to do this on the right side and the left side as well. Okay, because some people will be left-handed, although most of them will be right-handed, so that's where I would start, is working that on the right side. Last thing with this drill, you can get into it from different places. It doesn't have to start with the angle 1. It could start with the angle 2, the backhand. frame, hit, going into the figure 4 lock, and then you can pick the drill up right here. Or from the angle 2 again, I can roll right into my standing shoulder lock or standing elbow lock and hit the disarm position there. Same thing, another common attack is the upward thrust to the body. I can frame, grab, and go into position 1 from there. Your more common attacks will be the diagonals and the thrust. So make sure you can have an entry from each of those positions, and then again you can pick up in the drill there, okay? There's lots of information there. You could honestly spend months and months working on that drill and getting the flow down nice and smooth. Left side, right side, working entries from the angle 1, the angle 2, and the thrust, okay? So spend some time with that at home. This one obviously does require a partner. If you don't have a training knife, you can use anything that's about that length, a piece of wood, a dowel rod, something. You could even use a butter knife. I would maybe wrap the blade end of it with some tape or something, or a cloth, tape a paper towel around it just so nobody accidentally gets cut if it is a little bit sharp. Sometimes it has some of those little serrations on the end. So make sure whatever you're using to train is not something you're going to injure yourself with, okay? All right, guys, enjoy that. We'll have more videos to come. Stay safe.